Which team is the better team in LA, the Lakers or the Clippers? What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the button down below. Turn on my post notifications because I do post daily videos, which you don't want to miss. And follow me on my social media. Links down below and on the screen as well. What are you doing? Go ahead and do that right now. With that being said, you guys see the title. I'm talking about the newest rivalry in the NBA, the Lakers and the Clippers. And for a long time, this wasn't a rivalry. Well, it all changed when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George decided to team up in LA. But on the other team, the Clippers. So again, I've got the whiteboard behind me by popular demand. You guys love these videos, so I'm going to keep pumping out content for you guys. And I've got the Lakers roster and the Clippers roster. And I'm going to be giving you guys my comparisons between the two rosters and giving you guys final answer on which team is the better team in LA. So let's get started. So I should point out that this is about 12 spots on each team. So there could be additions or subtractions because I think you're allowed to have at least 15 roster spots. But with that being said, the main guys, we've got them here. And for the most part, with draft and free agency now over, the main guys on each team are pretty much decided, and the guys that will matter and who will get the most minutes is decided. So I think this is a pretty good time to go over the better team and compare them right now. So with that being said, we've got the Lakers roster here. We've got the Clippers roster here. And I'm just going to be going through one by one. Now, again, I don't like comparing the positions straight up. We could do that, and we will do it a little bit. But I'd like to give you guys more insight, more analysis instead of just, straight comparisons, because that's not going to tell you the whole story, okay? We're talking about the team here. We're not just talking about individual players. We're talking about the team, okay? So the first part I will go through and do the individuals, but then I will also talk about the additional factors that will come into play here. So let's start with the point guard position between Rajon Rondo, who the Lakers did re-sign to a veterans minimum deal, and Patrick Beverley, who's coming back on a 3-year, $40 million deal for the Clippers. And I like Rondo, but Patrick Beverley is the better player. Let's move on to shooting guard, Danny Green versus Landry Shamet. Now, Landry Shamet is a nice three-point shooter and all, but Danny Green is one of the best doing the 3-and-D guys in the NBA, two-time champion. It's not close. It's Danny Green. Now things get a little spicy. Now things get a little interesting. We've got LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard. And normally I would just say LeBron James is better, but Kawhi Leonard has really mistaked his claim as arguably the best player in the world. So you know what? Just to make it easy for you guys, I'm going to call this a push. Not saying LeBron's better, not saying Kawhi's better. They're equal at this point until we see otherwise. Although I personally believe LeBron James is still better than Kawhi Leonard, but I'll say it's a push, okay? Just because of the incredible run that Kawhi had this past year. At the 4, I do believe the Lakers will start Kyle Kuzma and not DeMarcus Cousins, who I will get to when I talk about each team's benches. And you've got Kyle Kuzma versus Paul George, who I do think can play the 4 and will play the 4. And, of course, we know Paul George is the better player here, so advantage to the Clippers. Let's move on to the center spot, AD versus Ivica Zubac. Now, even if they start Montrezl Harrell, AD wins this, okay? So no competition. So there you have it with the starters. You've got 1, 2 for the Clippers. You've got 2 for the Lakers, and then equal. So it's literally dead even, okay? It's dead even with that. So let's move on to the benches on each team. And again, with benches, it's hard to compare just, straight up like we did the starters. So we're just going to do one big mark here for which team has the better bench. Now, let's start with the Lakers here. You signed DeMarcus Cousins to a veterans minimum deal, believe about $3.5 million. I did like the signing. I'm not a big Boogie fan, but for that number, 1-year deal, low risk, high reward, I like that. KCP got a little overpaid, but he does provide shooting, which the Lakers do need. You bring back JaVale McGee, more big man depth. Quinn Cook, a very nice signing from the Golden State Warriors on a 2-year, $6 million deal. I like that. Bring back Alex Caruso. Caruso, the god. You know you needed to bring him back. He's a very solid player. Troy Daniels, a good shooter. And THT, which is the rookie you drafted, okay? So that's the bench for the Lakers. Let's move on real quick to the Clippers. And let me do this angle, actually. I don't like that angle. Montrezl Harrell, okay? Energizer Bunny, a candidate for 6th man of the year last year. He's absolutely incredible. He could start. He's that good, okay? Very, very good rebounder, tenacious defender. Love Montrezl Harrell. Lou Williams, 6th Man of the Year. What else you got to say? Lou Williams is a walking bucket, okay? 3-time 6th Man of the Year winner and one of the most important players on the Los Angeles Clippers, okay? Rodney Mcgruder, they signed, who is a decent guy. You know, he can shoot a little bit, defend a little bit. Mo Harkless, who they got from the Blazers, same thing, can shoot a little bit, can defend a little bit. And then the bottom three, they're really not going to play. Jerome Robinson, who's, I believe, the second-year player. Kabengele, who I believe is a rookie they drafted. I'm botching his name. And then I believe this is Terrence Mann, who's also a young player. So they won't play a lot. And again, the end of the roster could change. But for the most part, we know these guys, these first, 9 guys are going to get most of the minutes. So there you have it with the bench. And between these two benches, I like the Lakers bench. But you've got 2 guys here that could be starters on a lot of teams. So I'm going to have to give this advantage to the Clippers with Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, not to mention Mo Harkless, who did start for the Blazers last year. I don't see too many starters here for the Lakers, so I'm going to give this advantage to the Clippers. And finally, let's talk about the coaching. And we've got Doc Rivers, and I put Frank Vogel alongside Jason Kidd because, again, a lot of people expect Jason Kidd to become the head coach of this team. And again, this isn't much of a comparison here. I got to give it to Doc Rivers. And again, I'm doing an upside down sign, but that's advantage to Doc Rivers. So that gives the advantage to Clippers. So with that being said, again, like I said, this is not the end all be all. But if we're looking at the roster, the Clippers bench is deeper. Their starting 5 is just as good as the Lakers. And to me, the better team is the Los Angeles Clippers. And I like the Lakers, and I do think they have the better duo. I will take LeBron and AD over Kawhi and PG. I'll do that right now. LeBron and AD are by far the 2 of the top 5 players in the world. Kawhi is the top 5 players. He's arguably a top 1 player. PG's not a top 5 player. He's a top 10 player. So to me, better duo, Lakers for sure. But better team with the bench, with the coaching, with potentially starting 5, I will still take the Clippers. But again, the point I want you to understand, and Laker fans, I need you guys to hear this, is it's close. It's very close. It's not a runaway for either team. Like I said, we tied here, and the bench and the coaching really kind of puts the Clippers ahead here, okay? Because the starting 5 is good, okay? But for the most part, the Clippers team is a little deeper, and they're a little better than the Lakers team. So again, I hope that helps you guys. Let me know if you guys like this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.